Hello, everybody. It's Jenny here, and I'm coming to you with updates on my HCG diet journey. Round 4. Okay, round 4 over the course of like 3 years. So, that being said, round 3 was just like a month ago. I have issues. What if this is really round 5? I'm missing a round somewhere in there because I did another round back in September. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to say it's round 4 and that I didn't need to do this 5 times. All right. So the scale was not my friend today in any way whatsoever. It said 162.8, which is a gain of 0.4. Between a third of a pound to a half a pound weight gain. Was it from my eating? Possibly. I had my codfish and lettuce, which altogether, that in and of itself is like 90 calories. I have a little bit of salad dressing. Let's even say I get a lot. Let's say there's 150 calories, which would be horrible because of the amount of fat, and then that would not be good on this diet. But let's say there's 150 calories on the salad dressing, which I don't believe, but we're going to go high. The sausages, I want to say, are probably about, or maybe 70 calories, or about 35 calories a piece, so about 70 calories for the 2 sausages that I had for a snack later. So I justify myself with the fact I had a little chili later on. Yeah, chili's not on the protocol. All right, so I made a vat of chili, 3 pounds worth of ground turkey. Because I had a whole package of these the cherry tomatoes. I had an entire package of them from Sam's Club or Costco. I can't remember which place I got them from. They're basically the exact same size at both places. In fact, they may even be the same brand. A huge package of them left over from my retreat, which was now like 3 weeks ago. So they do last a long time. But I'm at the point where they're starting to shrivel. So I cooked them up. I decided to make some homemade chili. Cut them all up and made some delicious homemade chili. All right. My plan is, because it's the huge crock pot that held all this chili. My plan is to separate at least half of it and freeze it for another time because I can't really be eating this chili now. And I typically don't really enjoy chili unless it has seasoned croutons in it as like a bread. You know how you can put oyster crackers or saltine crackers or something. I've recently got into putting croutons in it, which I shouldn't. I think the crackers probably have a lot less calories than the croutons do. But at any rate, to make a great chili phenomenal, put some seasoned croutons in it. And they start to get a little soft, and then the seasonings in that bread is just extra wonderful when you're eating the chili. And then I sprinkle cheese on top too. Usually cheddar, sometimes like a Mexican blend, occasionally mozzarella if I'm feeling like I'm being good. And then I eat all together. Oh. One of my favorites. So that was the intent. Late last night, I taught 2 hours worth of classes. I usually don't teach that much in the evenings, but I had a request from one of my favorite girls to do a class pretty late in the evening. And I thought, okay, so I opened up all the other classes before it because, might as well, right? Because they start working at 7:30 at night. Well, with the time change, it's going to be 8:30 starting next week. But right now, it's 7:30 at night. Okay, so I was all done and I was wound up. And when you teach that many classes and you have to be on for that long and you got these bright lights in your face and all that, I mean, to just like say, go to sleep, can't. And so I went downstairs and I was getting some more of my drink, and there is the big thing of chili just on warm now. It's all cooked through and it's just on warm. And I thought, oh, actually, I think I just turned it off because I thought I'm going to let it cool down over the night and then put it in the refrigerator rather than put it in the refrigerator completely hot. Doesn't make any sense. All right. Yeah, so I thought, well, the calories I ate today were pretty low. I know I had some great weight loss, and according to everything I'm reading, that means a stall's in my near future. And I didn't really lose much today at all, zero point 0.1, almost nothing. Yet I am going to justify the fact that some of this chili I deserve because my calorie count was probably under 500 calories for the day. Now, the good thing I did was not grab a bowl and put it in there. I grabbed one of those little, I don't even know what they're called, the little white dishes that they make some desserts in, or sometimes like a side of um, French onion soup comes in those little crafts. They're tiny. Anyway, I got one of those little ones. I took one scoop and put it in, and that was it. So proud of myself. And let me tell you, it tasted delicious. When you're on this diet, you don't need the croutons and the cheese because we eat so little. And it was a joy, and I savored and enjoyed every bite. So there's the good part about it. I got to appreciate the labor I put into grinding up, making all the ground turkey and cutting up the entire bin of tomatoes and just, putting together the 1,000 ingredients that go into chili. But the scale said plus 0.4. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Now, there's a little bit of salt in it, I suppose. I mean, could it be more salty? There's probably a higher sodium content in the turkey sausages, but I've been having them as my snack for these past couple days when I've been losing a lot, so I don't know about that. But the one thing that we have been learning over these past couple days, talking about all the different reasons that stalls happen, and basically almost all of them point back to water retention. Is that eventually water retention goes away and then things come back. But sometimes it takes a while for that to happen. There's other reasons. See previous videos for stalls, but that's a big one. So I'm kind of hoping that's what it is. There's one more reason, and I'll talk about it tomorrow, about why. I'm not going to talk about it today because it's a whole separate topic, but I think there's one more reason coming into play too. So a little discouraging that it went up. At the same time, I'm not being 100% true to the protocol. So what can you expect, right? It is what it is. Today, we're going to talk about salt. Salt in reducing is what it's called in the protocol. A very short paragraph talking about the consumption of salt and how it affects you and your weight. So let's go ahead and get going here. It says, while we are on the subject of salt, I can take this opportunity to explain that we make no restriction in the use of salt and insist that the patients drink large quantities of water throughout the treatment. We are out to reduce abnormal fat and are not in the least interested in such illusory weight losses as can be achieved by depriving the body of salt and by desiccating it. Though we allow the free use of salt, the daily amount should be roughly the same, as a sudden increase will, of course, be followed by a corresponding increase in weight as shown by the scale. An increase in the intake of is one of the most common causes for an increase in weight from one day to the next. Such an increase can be ignored, provided it is accounted for. It in no way influences the regular loss of fat. Okay, so again, this just goes hand in hand with all the stuff we were reading before. It can give you peace of mind. We always knew that water retention is something that will eventually reverse itself in the body. And Dr. Simeon's basically cautions everybody against doing something just for the sake of seeing the scale go down. Unless you're trying to make weight and you're a wrestler, there's no need for the scale to unnecessarily go down in weight just to see the number on the scale go down. Unless you're in a weight loss competition at work or something like that. So don't deprive yourself of water, because that's the way that you can see the scale go down, is to drink a lot less fluids, have less fluids in your body, and thus you weigh less until you need to drink again, right? And then it goes back up, and then that's depressing. So always drink the same amount of water and try to keep your sodium content the same and have the same amount of salt as a seasoning, as well as inside the foods as you can from day to day. I will admit I don't really monitor that. I do put salt on many things. I haven't been putting it on my fish, and I put it when I make the fish, and I put it on the vegetables. But when I just have salad, I have salad dressing on there in the fish. I don't put any salt on that. But then I have the salad dressing, and I don't put the salad dressing on the vegetables. So there you go. I think I'm going to do vegetables today, actually. I think that's going to make me feel better about myself. I finished up all the leftover lettuce. I mean, we threw a lot away. The old yucky lettuce from the restaurant we threw away. But the lettuce that I bought, the romaine heads, and, I've been cutting those up and enjoying those and having the fish with it. My husband, to make my life easier, and because there was a sale at Acme, got like 4 bags of romaine lettuce already cut up. So you can just pour it in the bowl. But here's the thing. There's so much white rind in even those bags of just pure romaine. I get the combo ones that they get away with it, but and I like a crunch normally. I don't like a salad that's so leafy green that it tastes like grass. But I'm telling you, they really skimp on these bags and give you just a lot of, almost tastes like iceberg lettuce. So yesterday I had that with my fish, and I honestly didn't even really enjoy it. And maybe that's why I kind of found myself having to find some level of food satisfaction yesterday. That'd be interesting. Do a psychological experiment. It could be because I got finished eating, and I almost didn't even want to finish eating it, but I wanted to eat, and it's what I prepared for myself. And so, yeah. All right. So for that reason, I'm going to switch over to the vegetables today, and I'm not going to have the lettuce. I will still have the fish in there, and I enjoy the fish more than anything else. And I need to get out and buy some chicken, and I haven't done it yet. So once I get some chicken, I'll alternate. But right now, that's all I have is fish, or I do have some ground turkey now. I froze 2 6-ounce packages of ground turkey, which I'll like grind up and make at some point with some vegetables. Maybe just have the turkey sausage with it. I'm not sure. All right. So that's it for today. We talked a little bit about salt and how salt affects you on this diet. It's all kind of obvious, I know, but it's good to read it directly from the protocol, hear exactly what he has to say, and kind of the funny way, the conversational way that he has of speaking in his protocol as well. All right. You take care, and I'll see you tomorrow with another update on reasons for stalls in your diet. Bye-bye.